Jon Jones reveals his future with the UFC, and yeah, once again says he does not want to fight Tom Aspinall. Jon Jones went off during a time where, a lot of American families were spending time together, eating some Thanksgiving dinner, and instead of enjoying some time with his beloved fiance,
who is kinder to people they first meet.
Jon Jones took that opportunity to, go off once again on the UFC fans for calling him a duck, but it's definitely not bothering him though. And Jon Jones reveals, yeah, he probably is not going to fight Tom Aspinall. That is obviously a difference of what he said November 16th. We're going to talk about all that and more today on JackMMA News. More Conor McGregor boycotts just got revealed. Obviously, Conor McGregor is dealing with a serious situation with his sexual assault lawsuit. And last video, we talked about how Proper 12 has now dropped Conor McGregor, seeing Conor doesn't have the majority share in that company, including other companies that also involved Conor McGregor, like the Hitman game. Well, now a bunch of stores have now dropped Conor McGregor's whiskey, including Asda, JD Wetherspoon, Dublin Airport Authority, yes, like the little airport, O'Brien's Wine Shop, and most interestingly enough, Baguette Street Wine. The owner, Garrett Connolly, said, "We had 3 bottles of his whiskey. I decided to pour them down the toilet." Yeah, that is how dedicated this man is to hating Conor right now. Let me know in the comment section below, do you guys think that Conor should be boycotted? Do you believe Conor McGregor? What side are you on? Jamahal Hill also violated Jiri Prochazka, going absolutely off on him on his YouTube channel. Last video, we talked about Jiri Prochazka talking about Jamahal Hill after Jamahal had just talked some trash about Jiri Prochazka, and Jiri went on his Instagram story basically saying, "Hey, who are you to talk to me about anything, seeing you got knocked down the first round by Alex Pereira? Like, sit your ass down." Well, here's what Jamahal Hill had to say.
So we had the same opponent last fight. Your last performance, you got dominated and knocked out. I got caught. You got dominated. It's a huge difference.
I mean, look, whatever way you want to slice it, like, both these guys got absolutely, like, dominated by Alex. Like, they both would not, I don't think, stand a chance in another fight. So I just think it's embarrassing nonetheless, but I still think that the Jiri and Jamahal Hill fight is great. On Wednesday, Michael Chandler also did an interview with Ariel Helwani where he talked about his back-of-the-head strikes to Charles Oliveira, where Michael Chandler denies he ever hit Charles Oliveira in the back of the head.
90% of the shots, all of them, my fist was catching the ear. If you're catching the ear, that is not the back of the head.
With the Nissan Gib beating Slim by decision, beating him 8 rounds, which is exactly my prediction. Slim posted after complaining how he took a lot of shots behind the back of the head, posting an image of his head. And yeah, apparently he's not accepting this loss. He's being accused of talking, behind the scenes about how he didn't lose the fight against Gib. And yeah, I think if you saw the fight, you could pretty much see, yeah, like Gib clearly beat Slim there. Saw Papi also got a massive knockout. I just thought I would show you guys. But speaking of Jake Paul versus KSI, we have an update on it with Mams Taylor, KSI's manager, revealing that Jake Paul's team has rejected all 3 offers from Mams Taylor, including flipping a coin to determine the weight. Obviously, this is something that Jake Paul agreed to a couple weeks ago on Impulsive.
He's too light, you're too heavy, bro. It's like someone's gotta, like, should we flip a coin? Flip a coin for the weight class?
I would low-key be down for that.
Apparently, KSI's first offer was to flip a coin. It was either going to be 185 pounds or 190 pounds. There was also a coin toss for 183 pounds or 192 pounds. But there was also a non-coin flip offer, which was apparently to have this fight at 187.5, which is more than fair. Like, I think 185 is fair enough. Honestly, Jake has fought at that weight multiple times. There's no excuse as to why he wouldn't go down. Jake Paul did gain some weight for the Mike Tyson fight, but that isn't weight that's going to stay on at all. So I'm not really sure what the whole holdup is with this fight. I mean, it seems from an outsider's perspective, it seems like KSI's team is the one trying to take initiative on this, but I don't know.
I gave their team 3 options after the coin flip discussion, and they rejected all 3.
What percentage would you give if it ever happens?
I really believe it will happen. I just think that circumstances need to shuffle around. There's obstacles there, and it's really not on our side at this point. Unless JJ just says, "Hey man, we'll give you everything you want in terms of your demands and we'll fight," and that's just never gonna happen because it's not fair.
But let's be honest, Jake Paul has a lot more to lose if he loses to KSI. But if Jake Paul loses to KSI, his career is over. Like, he's getting clowned by everybody. KSI also revealed his next fight is going to be the winner of Darren Till versus Tommy Fury. That fight is coming up in about 2 months or so, but I'm surprised KSI is not gonna have a warm-up fight for it. So respect to KSI for jumping right back into things after, probably gonna be a 1.5 years off. But guys, what you guys are waiting for? Jon Jones, right? He went off on Twitter, as I said, you know, we were all eating some Thanksgiving dinner. Jon Jones couldn't help himself. It was clearly bothering him, this whole Tom Aspinall thing. This comes after Jon Jones changed his profile picture to a duck with a UFC belt, as well as changing his name to Johnny Meat. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Jon Jones first started tweeting saying, while you're enjoying the day, eating junk, blazing up, and grinding on video games, just remember your competition probably put in some sort of work today and is already scheming how to conquer 2025. Food for thought, success isn't lucky, it's a decision and the discipline to stick with. Happy Thanksgiving. But of course, fans commented calling Jon Jones a duck, which it kind of just seems like that's what he's doing at this point, ducking Tom Aspinall. So then Jon Jones could not help himself and responded to one of the fans saying, sure, call me a duck for the next year. Eventually, Tom will lose within the next 2 or 3 fights, and my legacy will go on as the greatest MMA fighter of all time. So then a fan asked like, hey, are you retiring? Is that what's going on? Because he clearly said he's not going to fight Tom Aspinall. And Jon Jones said, I'd probably vacate the belt before officially retiring. Let's see how my meeting with the UFC goes. Jon Jones finished this whole thing off saying, crazy, being called a duck pays better than most of you internet tough guys will make in a lifetime. 2 fights in 4 years and still one of the biggest names in the sport. That's not ducking, that's winning. God's blessings hit different. Stay mad. So with Jon Jones, it is so hard to tell. Like, is this him trolling? Is this him being super serious? Jon Jones recently came out saying he's in negotiations with the UFC, saying he's already back in the gym, so it looks like he's wanting to fight. Tom Aspinall also saying he has some big news, but yeah, we're hearing Jon Jones once again say online that, hey, look, the fight's not going to happen most likely, and he's probably going to vacate the belt, most likely to fight Alex Pereira. Obviously, I don't think the Pereira fight is going to ever happen. Dana White already shut that down, but this is either one or two things. I think number one, this could be Jon Jones legitimately ducking Tom Aspinall, and that wouldn't be a surprise seeing he has said that time and time again and has literally never committed to fighting Tom. Or it could be two, which is this could totally be a negotiation tactic, right? The UFC really wants to make this fight, and the UFC does not want to leave this belt vacated. That's the last thing they're going to want to do. If anything, they're going to want to have a star like Tom Aspinall beat Jon Jones and carry on that kind of legacy and carry on the money, more importantly, that it's going to bring. They'll have a guy that finally beat Jon Jones, and he will be the next big thing, especially if Tom Aspinall winds up being as good as I think he's going to be. But who knows? At the end of the day, this is a negotiation, and I'm sure the UFC is going to pay him infinite money to fight Tom Aspinall. I'm sure there's a sort of cap that they have on this, and Jon Jones really wants a lot of money, it's sounding, so we really don't know. I'm hoping that this is just a little light trolling slash negotiation tactics, and this whole thing is going to get cleared up soon, and I'm hoping that we get a confirmation soon so we can just put this to bed and finally just get excited for this fight. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. You guys are the best fan base in MMA. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share, and I'll see you guys in the next one.